Hey, it's your Frogman here, King Pepe II, bringing you some more Brown Dust 2, or shall I say Brown Bust 2. Now, going into what I was saying though, so lots of good things happened early this morning, and yes, guys, I said I was gonna stay up for this live stream because it was late. It actually happened around my 6 a.m. In fact. I stayed up throughout the night, guys, okay? It was well much worth it. Believe me. The live stream they had went hard. I tell you, it was fire. So, oh my goodness. Where to even start, though, is the thing, right? Where to even start. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is this. I watched the live stream. I know what's going to be going down with it. Okay, correct? However, let's go start with the notices and everything. So if you haven't already, go to your mailbox. I already did it. So these are the dev note gifts, 600 gems or diamonds and then 40 rice. Go and collect that now. Plus, there's a lot more to be had. Believe me, it was an epic live stream. I was like, I can't even put into words how epic it was. Okay? Before we get into it, like and subscribe. It does help me out a bunch on my YouTube channel. Leave your comments if you have any on anything in this video. You know, Brown Dust 2 fans, new fans, whoever else happens to come across this video that I make. It was incredible. Let me just say that, okay, guys? But let's get into it. So, what happened? Let's see. Let's go to the notices first. This is like the best way I can do this. So, I'll start off with merch. Okay, so merch-wise, guys, oh my goodness. Let me tell you, the merch that they were advertising, especially the Eclipse mouse pad, or should I say booty pad, that they're going to be having, because it was big. Let's just say that in all other news, it was epic. Okay, now I'm not sure what I can show while streaming, and also for YouTube purposes. It's the thing. Let's just say some of the merch that they released is very spicy, and for good reason too, mind you. Okay, for good reason. Here. Let me lower the volume really quick on the music, just in case. Believe me, I love the music more than anybody else, but let me lower it just for me not to like talk over it. You know what I mean? There we go. That's better. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna open up this. I'm gonna open up all these here, right? Okay, so the ones that I most likely can't show, just because with Twitch and its TOS guidelines. I know, right? I play this on stream, correct? I stream this, correct? I talk about this. You know, you see the wallpaper on the home screen. However, I don't know if it would be pushing the limits with the merch. Now, I'm not saying it's all sussy, like it's not. It's just the artistic, you know, artistic look to it. Let's just say, just and believe me, it was a really big mouse pad, mind you. I was like, who has a mouse this big? This has got to be used for something else, correct? But it's the same. Like, I would say maybe it's like the double the size of a mouse pad. That's what it looked like to me, at least. I'm not sure if they were showing it off like bigger than it would normally look like just for advertisement purposes. But wow. And yes, it was our girl Eclipse, as I mentioned earlier, and it was this right here. And yes, it was the booty part. That was the that was where the booba mouse pad would be, except it is the booty mouse pad. That's all I could really clearly say. See, I would go back into the live stream and show you guys what went down with it. But like I said, I'm not too sure what would happen. You know, just trying to play it safe at the same time, giving out this monumentous news, emphasis on the monumentum part. Also, we're going to take a look at their new PV video with the bunny girls, and yes, it went hard, along with what they revealed for their animation scenes. However, that is something also I wanted to discuss. Um, I could take the risk and show you guys from the live stream what it is. You know, I could do it, but I'm just gonna leave it to your imaginations. I'm sure somebody out there also has most likely revealed it and probably had to censor their stuff, you know, just for the sake of YouTube. But like, I'm just saying, I also want to leave it for people's, you know, if they want to be surprised, believe me, you're going to be surprised. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. You are going to be surprised and you won't be disappointed. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. But let's just see. Okay, so besides the talk of what I wanted to reveal a little bit here, let's see. They also have a figure reveal, and this is the figurine that they were advertising on their live stream. I love the fact that one of the devs was like spinning this with their hand. They were wearing those gloves that like don't leave, you know, fingerprints or anything, because obviously for good reason. Yes, they don't want to smudge it. I understood that perfectly. But yeah, so this is the figurine that they're going to be releasing on their merch store. Now, they talked about their merch store. They're going to start selling their merchandise in the next 2 weeks. So, guys, be ready for this, because I am going for 2 things in mind from me. You guys can take a gander and a guess at what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is the Shkara figurine that's going to be released. Beautiful, by the way. And wow, like, you can just like look at this curves, even like, and yes, I'm gonna point it out too, like you can see the ruffles in certain areas too. You know what I mean. They even got the briefcase down. Like, damn, this looks incredible. Incredible. And if you want to go to the live stream and see any other additional information, it is up on their YouTube channel. Also, they had English commentaries, or people doing the commentary on the live stream and everything. They actually had people do it in English dub, and they did very well. Honestly, I felt they did an incredible job at what they were doing. They had one from NeoWiz, and then one was another announcer. I believe he was, if I'm not mistaken, from Brown Dust. One of the teams. I don't know. Like, I think he was, but I know for sure the one woman was actually from NeoWiz. However, going back though to this, but yeah, great job to them. By the way, shout out to them. They did an incredible job. I hope to see them in the future too. I really do. And I'm really happy that they did that for like the English, English speakers out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that is the Shkara figurine reveal. And then here we got the 1.5 anniversary update news here as well. This is actually, let's see. Oh yeah. This is from, let me see. This will take me directly to their website. So yeah, we got the developer notes here and what's going to be going down. I can show this. And yes, please excuse all the tabs. I have a lot of things that I need to remember, so as to not close them out. But anyway, here's the latest. They ask us if we enjoyed it. Oh, you damn straight I enjoyed this. And here is Memories Edge. This is the new event pack with, and yes, y'all guess it here. It's our girl Morphia. The free +5 that they're going to be releasing for the events, mind you. So get ready for that, okay? Get ready for it because it is coming, okay? It is coming. It is cooking up. I saw the video for her, and wow, did it blow me away. And yes, there's going to be a lot of comparisons because I did see in their live chat, a lot of people right off the bat were saying, we're comparing her to a certain someone also by another Korean dev team game-wise, and I'm sure you can guess what game it is, but I'm going to cover it all because I am going to show the Mirror's Edge PB video that they did actually play during their live stream, so we are allowed to look at that. So but yeah, and wow, it blew me away, and it gave a lot of like this is gonna be badass. Vibes. So here we are. So we got the, let's see, Nightmare Winter. Yes. Now, from what I was gathering from it, this actually took place right after the Nightmare Winter event happened. So what is going down with this is, and they explained this also in the live stream, so I can just tell you, it's not a spoiler because obviously they revealed it. So this is supposed to be like Morphia. Now, if you never played the Nightmare Winter pack, and it is currently out right now for rerun, so if you haven't checked it out already and you want to play through that, experience it first, and then, if you want to go and watch what the update had to offer, I would do that just so it's not as spoiled. But however, up to you what you want to do with it. But yeah, so this is supposed to take place after the Nightmare Winter thing, the Nightmare Winter event, I mean, happened. However, let's just see. I'll just read it off. So we invite you to yet another winter event pack update for 2024. The one to take the spotlight this time is Memory's Edge. Set in a cyberpunk universe, you might remember last year's event pack, Nightmare Winter, a scene that also had a near future backdrop. In this event pack, we took an extra step in our future-oriented approach, welcoming your journey into a fully fledged cyberpunk lore. This year's event pack, Memory's Edge, is set roughly a year after Nightmare Winter, and yes, it confirms it too. So, like I said, not a spoiler. Albeit in a completely different city, the new journey will unfold in Pandora City. Okay, Morphia met her doom through Rue's sacrifice in Nightmare Winter. However, she somehow appeared in the alleys of Pandora City with no recollections of her past. While lying on the ground unconscious, Loen passes by and rescues her just in time. From there, Morphia starts working at a bartender at a pub called Vorpal Rabbit with Loen. So yes, this is basically the pub area that was in Nightmare Winter. This is their rendition of what their bar is and what they run. So it is called Vorpal Rabbit for a reason, obviously. One day, Morphia hears that Loen's birthday is coming up, so she heads to somewhere dangerous to find her birthday present. She is soon surrounded by cleaners, the menacing beings who lurk on the floors of Sector 4, the city's abandoned area. Loen hears the news and heads to Sector 4 to rescue Morphia. So this is a little bit of something, and yes, they did show the art for the new area, and also they talked about mini games, and yes, wow, did they fucking cook that up. They cooked that, and wow, I'm so ready for that when it is released, because believe me, there was so much in this update, mind you guys, that it'll take quite a while to get through it all. But I don't have an issue with it. But like, yeah, it was a major update. Now, yeah, this is a little bit of what the art looks like, and yes, you can clearly see it does have that cyberpunk feel to it, very much so. Like, look at this. This is fucking beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. Like, right, look at this. They even got like a futuristic car, like, flying. The neon lights. They got that, like, they got the steampunk type look as well with cyber. You know what I mean? Like, just look at it all. Like, look at this. Legit. Scream cyberpunk vibes, right? Got the neon lights, especially standing out here. Wow. And yes, here's some of the art now. And like I said, I am going to show the PV video for this because it blew me away. And yes, this is some of the art for it. And yes, we do have the lovely ladies, as you can see clearly displayed here. And yeah, that is booty on booty. And they do it so well. Okay, we got Loen here. We got Morphia here. We got Levia. We got Luvencia. And here's some more art here. Goodbye, Freedom. Okay, so it's the winter seasonal event, Goodbye Freedom. This seasonal event, with its focus on a single concept, will be held over 4 weeks. It'll be divided into 2 periods, each held for 2 weeks. The seasonal event marks the start of changes in story presentation. A lot of you have mentioned the problem regarding the frequency of the illustration's exposure. We agree with the argument that there was no point in having a good illustration if it didn't have a lot of exposure in the game. So, the presentation of seasonal event stories will take a visual novel format with conversations between the illustrations. So basically, word for word is what they're doing. There's not really any means to, elaborate on it. So basically, it's gonna be like how you see how, like, I'll say, like, how Nikke, with Nikke's main story, how they, you see all the dialogue and they go through it all, step by step. That's basically what they're referring to with how they're going to present this in that type of format, with, conversations, them staying on the screen, showing off, obviously, the characters, their art, everything like that. That's basically what they're referring to. And I'm actually really excited that they are doing this now, because it did feel a little bit that, they weren't on screen for that much of a time, despite how beautiful their appearances were. They weren't on screen, and I did notice this, a little bit of it. I just didn't really say anything because, I obviously love the game itself, and I don't like, obviously, I don't like saying, like, I do say things here and there about some things, but I know that they are trying. Believe me, I know they are. I have a lot of respect for these devs, mind you, okay? I have a lot of respect for these devs and their employees. Believe me, I do. Okay, I have a lot of respect for them, and I appreciate what they're doing for a lot of, the fan base and the community for Brown Dust 2. What they're doing is incredible. Keep it up, guys. And I just wanted to say that. But yeah, this is what it's going to be turning to. And I am very much looking forward to this and streaming this when it does release. Trust me, guys, I'm going to spend a lot of time on this update when it is released. Okay, guys? A lot of it. Okay, so the first part of Goodbye Freedom, opening in the first week, is subtitled Shaded Heart. The subheading of the second part, opening in the third week, is Overheat, which is also the name of Levia's costume. This seasonal event, Goodbye Freedom, contains a story that serves as a prequel to the winter event pack Memory's Edge. Here, you can find out about the past of Levia and Luvencia, the troubleshooters in Memory's Edge, and dig deep into what made them appear in the city. Okay, so from what I'm seeing here, yeah, we hope you enjoy the newly introduced visual novel-style seasonal event story. Okay, so this is going to be the prequel then to Memory's Edge. Okay, so then I'll do this first if this is the case. Anything that's a prequel obviously comes first. Duh. But yes, I'll do this first when this releases. And then I'll go into the overall Memory's Edge event with Morphia and Lowen. So that's what I'm going to do. And yes, so we have the art and the character design right here of Lowen. Now, what they talked about is they wanted to give Lowen more of a, how should I say? When they were talking about the character design for them, they said Lowen, I don't think it was more of like a mature vibe. They wanted to give her another like type of look to her. I don't know how to really describe how they were talking about it. From what I got out of it, what they were discussing was like they wanted to make her like more mature. You know what I mean? While still having that cuteness, I guess, about her to being portrayed in this new character design. Well, not new character design, but you know what I mean. Like the look for her. Obviously, yes, she is very, well endowed. And yes, the outfit does, we all know what they were going for. I appreciate, yes, we do see the more mature look for Lowen. And also, we do see the cutesy side of her still, because in all honesty, see, she still has her little ribbon here. She's got the playful bunny ears as well. She has that shy look to her. And yes, it is a very good fit, and I really feel they did a fabulous job with her character design. So, hats off to you, devs, for the, illustration illustrator team there. You know what I mean? And yeah, they did have one of the devs talking about this, and boy, did he go all out with what he was showing. You could tell he was very enthusiastic about it as well, and I really felt that vibe from him, and I love that. Okay, because you really have to appreciate your own work, right? You gotta love what you're doing, and it shows. It does. Okay, so the first character is Lowen, who received a lot of attention for the so-called reverse bunny costume. The costume is named Celebrity Bunny and is offered as a new limited pickup. Celebrity Bunny Lowen has a skill concept of dealing powerful damage to multiple enemies in a wide area. So yes, that was another thing. So she is actually going to be a limited pull. Now, I don't know how that would bode well for players that are like, wanting her to have her as, just not limited, right? In all honesty, I thought that there wasn't going to be any limited pickups in this, but you know, I should have known better. I don't have an issue with it. Trust me, I do not have an issue with that. You saw how much I saved up for this event in particular. Okay, right after that Sunrun Kagura event they had, I saved up. Believe me, I wanted to go all out for Mikaela. I really did. And I even wanted to go for Venica because of her wind abilities that she has and her skills. Um, but it was tough for me to make a decision. However, I know for a fact that I have no regrets after this is, after all this is said and done. I'm not gonna have regrets. Okay. But yeah, so she is gonna be the new limited pickup. So if you are choosing who to go for, just keep in mind, Morphia is a free +5. Okay, and Lowen is going to be the limited pickup. That means Luvencia and Levia are actually going to be both then. They're going to be in the ordinary recruitment right after their banners. So, Reverse Bunny, Lowen here. She is the only one that's limited, okay? So, if you're having a tough time deciding, I usually go for limited because obviously they're not there afterwards. You got to wait for like the following year. So, obviously for me, going for a limited pickups are what take priority more so over than anything else. But that's just me. It's totally up to you what you want to do with her. But I am going to be going for her. Now here's the Daydream Bunny Morphia that they have. And yes, we all seen the concept design on their homepage, okay? We all seen it. We all love it. And yes, beautiful. And like I can even go back to like their page that they opened up, for the minigame. Which speaking of, they said that it was going to be a permanently unlocked thing. So like if you want to go and even, because it's going to be there permanently, right? That's what they said, at least. Like, so I'm really happy that they are gonna have there, and I'm gonna talk more about those mini games later, and show you a little bit of what the devs showed. Okay, so next up we have the star of the popularity contest, Morphia, and wow. Oh yeah, so what they were talking about with their concept design was, so I never noticed this. I actually never noticed this, and I'm ashamed that I didn't notice this. However, what they were doing with her was they were going for like I want to say aquatic theme, but they wanted to portray Morphia with like a theme of like a mermaid, but like because like I can clearly tell right after they talked about that, I looked at Morphia even further. I know, right? I looked at her further. But I took a really in-depth look at her, and yes, I could tell what they were doing. We see the scales here, correct? Obviously, it does have the you could tell you could tell with it that they were going for like a ocean or like what I mean, like an aquatic look to her. But she's a bunny girl after all, right? I see what they were doing and where they were going with it. And in all honesty, I love it. Plus, her tail, guys, no, it is not what you think it is. It does come off, okay? Just so you guys know. You guys saw me display this. I don't gotta go into it. But yes. Yes, Cinnamon, welcome on in. And yes, you came at a perfect time. But yeah, so I saw where they were going with this direction, and I love the fact that after I heard what they were doing with it and where they went with her outfit, I fell in love with it even more. But yes, there you go. That's the news with her outfit, where the creativity came from for it. Okay, so Morphia is a character who stands on the other side of the spectrum compared to Eclipse. So we decided to name her costume Daydream Bunny, contrasting her looks with the name of Nightmare Bunny. Her costume has a white color scheme fitting for its name while standing out from the other bunny costumes. As the Daydream Bunny Morphia as a costume from the popularity vote, you can obtain 6 copies for free, meaning you can get it fully upgraded, which is what I was talking about earlier. Daydream Bunny Morphia has a skill concept of summoning allied creatures similar to the previous beach vacation costume. So there you guys go. There's a little bit of the background, even more further from the devs themselves, saying it on their live stream. If you want to go check out, hear more about it, it's all there in that live stream that I stayed up for 3 hours. All night, guys. I stayed up all night for this, okay? All night to discuss this. It was well worth it, though. Especially what they're doing with the mini games. Okay, so Overheat Levia. So this is the Overheat Levia. This is Levia's new design, and yes, so she does have like the cybernetics to her. You can clearly see that yes, the entire overall cyberpunk theme is what they went for. You can clearly tell even further with Levia. But yeah, so we can see she has the, you know, cybernetic enhancements here, and a lot of what they discussed is, and yes, like I said, the animations I'm gonna have to be a little careful of, since like I said, you know, I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with it, even though yes, they are covered up, mind you, but I don't know how YouTube would handle it. Twitch is a little bit more tame with it, you know. I know they are actually a little more tame. However, I'm not so sure with YouTube. um that's why I can't really play those scenes. That's legit why I can't, because I can't really risk it. But just trust me, when they release, believe me, you're gonna see me streaming it. You're gonna see the animations, okay? Trust me on that. It's all going to be a thing. Now, a little bit of from what I saw and what the devs were discussing was, so in the animation scene, apparently she gets her energy from her assets. I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. So you can tell in the animated scene, she was getting this. Okay, so just to describe a little bit about it, she was getting like her energy when she was, you know, she was groping herself. I don't know how else to say it, guys. I don't know. I don't know how else I can sugarcoat that. Okay, but yeah, she was doing that, and she was squeezing hard. She got all this energy, and in the animation, she fired off her gun. It was badass, mind you, what, like, the animated scene when she, like, fired her weapon. Okay, so giving you a little bit of a visual there with what was going down with it. And you could, like I said, you could go on their anniversary stream and check it out if you want to. Or if you want to be surprised, you can wait as well. But yeah, that's what I was seeing there. So, let's see. Here comes Overheat Levia, and yes, there's a good reason why she is called Overheat. Who is rising up as a troubleshooter. We gave the name Overheat because Levia's prosthetic arm overheats during battle. According to her lore, Overheat Levia has a skill concept that deals more powerful damage to enemies in a vulnerable state. Oh yeah, she'll leave them vulnerable with what she does. Well, let's just say. Okay, and yes, I do love the entire concept design of her. Especially after finding out more about her. I feel they really nailed it. They really did. And I'm very excited to pull for her as well. Guys, mind you, I did save up a ton for this, okay? You can clearly see it when I go on my main screen for Brown Dust 2. I saved up a ton. And yes, I'm going to be going for each one of these new Brown Dust 2 bunny girls. Plus the troubleshooters, okay? Man, this is I'm so fucking excited for this update when it releases. Okay, so we go to Wild Dog Luvencia, and yes, this is Luvencia right here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Luvencia is having a second costume. Not too long, but you know, after we had her business attire one, which they did discuss about the design, how they were going to be changing the animated scene for her, as well as Levia's, and they actually talked about Yumi's even. They talked about changing Yumi's, which I was kind of shocked about because I didn't really hear anything about that. And if anybody doesn't know who Yumi is, she is one of the Senran Kagura girls from the collab they had way back about, what, like 2.5 months ago, right? But yeah, so they were actually going to change her animated scene. Okay, so from what I read about it, and from what I heard that they were talking about, was they were going to change her undergarments. Let's just say that they were going to change her undergarments and make it a little bit more, I guess you can say, and like this is what I gathered from it too. Like I said, this is from what I was gathering, what they were saying. They were going to change it to, I guess, like panties. I didn't really think that they weren't. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you look at Yumi's, and like I can just check right now if I wanted to. Obviously, I have the game opened. But they said they were going to change that so they didn't look like, I guess, like, what? I don't know how to say it. They were going to make it a little bit more spicy. I think that's what the direction was going with it. I believe that's what they were discussing with it. However, I mean, I'm going to be going back into the video as well. And go into some key points in it. But yeah, Yumi was picked. They were gonna change her animation a little bit. You know what? I'll see how it goes. We're all gonna see these changes, mind you guys. And they were also gonna change. Okay, so it was Yumi, it was Levia's second costume, mind you guys. The one where she's like in the air, you know, she's like crashing down. Like they were gonna change that one. And excuse me for not remembering the specific costume names. I do apologize for that. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And you can always look in the game and see what I'm talking about. Because she has 2 costumes. It's basically not the costume that is the track star one. It's not that one. It's the other one. That's what I'm referring to. And then, yeah, obviously Luvencia's first business one they were changing too as well. Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And what else? Oh yeah, so they were also going to, oh my gosh, who was the other one? They were doing another design fix as well. Like I said, I'm going to go back into the video and show you guys some highlights here and there with it. But anyway, going back though to Wild Dog Luvencia. So when when they were talking about this, they weren't like at first they weren't really going to go for the bike. However, the dev did decide that, you know what, they were going to do a bit more with her bike because it is iconic to her. It actually is. Even in like when her first costume was released, I like always associated with her after that. After her first costume released in the Contract Wars, I always like looked at a bike, like looked at her bike, and it just symbolizes her. It does. It actually does. So I'm really glad that, you know, they went with this with her motorcycle again. And yes, you can clearly tell, very futuristic. Matches her outfit even. You can tell too. I love this design. Okay. I think out of all of them, they did a way more with this just because they added the motorcycle. But yes, it does look incredible. Makes you want to go and ride it, right? Among other things. Let me just say. But yes, we do see, and yeah, they emphasized a lot of areas on Luvencia. Let's just say that. And by the way, if you didn't notice, she does have the 2 eye colors, which I thought was a very nice touch. I love it. I personally love this a ton. Okay? Plus, you can see the little shine in her hair, how it's like multicolored with it. So, yes, they did an incredible job with Luvencia. And also with staying with the bike concept, the motorcycle here. They did an incredible job with it. I'm absolutely blown away by this design. A lot. And also you can clearly see under her eye, you see like, you know, very cyberpunk, guys. Very, very cyberpunkish. Okay? And I'm loving it. Okay, so here's Luvencia, another troubleshooter who forms a duo with Levia. Appearing as a top-notch problem solver, Luvencia over here is also an incredible battle enthusiast. If Levia is the brain of the duo, then Luvencia could be considered the heart. Wild Dog Luvencia has a skill concept that deals more powerful damage depending on the number of chains applied to the enemy. And yes, in the Contract War, her first costume actually did a... Okay, did it? I was about to say shit ton, but I have to watch my language a little bit. But yes, it did an incredible amount of damage. Now I actually do have her unlocked. I +1 her, but since I'm focusing on my other team right now, believe me, I want to level up Luvencia. She is a heavy hitter. She is. She actually really is, especially that chain. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna move on to so this is supposed to be Lowen's sister, from what was discussed. Now they did reveal her at the live stream. So yeah, this is actually supposed to be Lowen's sister, and I saw somewhere like when I was like reading some of the comments in the live stream that she actually appeared. She actually did appear in one of the main stories. Now, I'm currently catching up to the main story of it all. I'm on chapter 9 right now. So, I don't know if that's, like, all true or not, but who am I to doubt, right? Like, The only way I'll find out about it is when when I get to that part. But yeah, for an NPC, because they said that she's gonna be an NPC, that she's not gonna be a playable character as of now, or I'm not sure if she'll ever be. But like, I really love her design. I do love her design a ton. You know. Now, whether later down the line she becomes a future, character that is going to be released, we don't know. In my opinion, I feel like yes, she has the potential to be, because you know how when they like any game that introduces an NPC that has either a little bit more background than other NPCs, so to say, and they talk more about the NPC, especially giving them a very unique look to them. You can say like 90% of the time they do end up becoming a either playable character in some way. Um, that's how it normally is. So that's why I said I don't think that she's gonna be an NPC benched for long. I feel like in the future, and perhaps even next year, they'll have her as a new character, and that's how I see it. So I still have hope for it, because I did see a lot of people in that live stream chat talking were saying they really would love for her to be a character. They were blown away, and so was I. I was blown away by her design too. I was like, we getting some unique looks to NPCs here. Who is this female, Cinnamon? She's actually the sister of Lo Wen, who her. I know, right? Her sister looks a lot more, serious in the match. Like, she actually does. She actually looks a bit more serious. She is the older sister, by the way. But let's see. Last but not least, many of you have been dying to see who this is, because we never released any information. She won't be a playable character. So yes, they did specify this, but like I said, guys, they could just be saying that, but like 90% of the time when you see any NPC get a unique look to them, because for example, and I know me comparing this, but like this is the best comparison I can make. So Honkai Impact 3rd, we had Susanna. She was always an NPC, right? She was an NPC Valkyrie. You could talk to her in the main story, here and there, right? And then guess what? Susanna ended up becoming a playable character down the line. So that's why I said it's like when they introduce an NPC, especially when they get a unique look to them, that's 90% of the time they end up becoming a part of the lineup for whatever, game you play. It is true. Like 90% of the time, that's how it works. So that's why I said I don't have any doubts that later on, who knows how long we might have to wait for, but it is there. It is the potential there. It is there. She could become one. You never know. Okay, but let's see. However, she'll be associated with Lo Wen and is set to appear as a key figure in the seasonal event story. So yeah, she is going to be making an appearance, obviously. But yeah, so guys, you love her design. Hold on to that hope, because believe me, she actually might become a character, because that's how it normally goes. Okay, so let's see. Next, we have details regarding the pickup for December. Okay, guys, so I did talk about this in my previous streams as well. So Venika's banner is going to be to December 17th. It even says it on there. You log in, you see it. Really, Cinnamon? Well, I'll get on it. Believe me, I have more announcements to what I'm going to be doing with my stuff later, but I'm going to talk about Brown Dust 2 right now. Okay, so let's see. Wind Dancer Venika, like I said, if you're a Wind type user, Venika is your go-to girl right here. Go for her. She does a ton of wind damage, not to mention bonus wind damage, and for your team as well. Like, she is incredible to have. I personally would have went for her, but like I said, I'm saving up for the bunny girls and for Luvencia and Levia. Okay, so here we go. We got Nebris. Okay, so Nebris is actually till December 26th, which falls under the rerun of Bunny Girl Celia from the Nightmare Winter event. So when Nebris ends, we are getting the rerun for Bunny Celia, and it even says it here too, right here. And I already knew all about this, by the way, because I looked at the dev notes from before that were released and everything, and it talked about this. That's how I know this. Also, the rerun for Deanna, which is currently going on right now, because that actually just released yesterday, I believe. She is going to be having hers till December 26th as well. So if you want to pick her up, there she is. Great animation. I personally love it a lot. It threw me for a loop at first because I was like, oh my goodness, this is a really nice animation, right? And then all of a sudden at the very end, they got me. I was like, oh, well, there it is. I was like, there it is. There it is right there. That's what I wanted to see. But yeah, so let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so not January, not that far ahead. December 17th, so yeah, this is when Celebrity Bunny Lowen's Limited does release, guys, okay? And yes, you cannot use Powder of Hope in the shops for them. That's how Limited does work, okay, guys? That's how it works. But yes, so December 17th, so basically when Venika's ends, you're going to see Bunny Lowen appear, okay? That's how it's going to go. It's going to run through January 16th. Okay, guys, so you got a lot of time to save up. If you haven't already saved up, now is the time to do it. Okay, there it is. That's the lineup for that. December 17th as well, we get Overheat Levia. Same thing. But however, she is going to be available in the Powder of Hope shop and also with Ordinary Recruitment. So you got no worries about that. That's what I said, you know. So, if you want to go for her, there she's going to be. She's going to be, though, however, available until January 2nd. Which is actually when Wild Dog Luvencia is actually released. And her debut banner comes out. So, there it is. That's what's going to be happening. And then let's see. Rerun of Bunny, Nightmare Bunny Eclipse. You know I'm going for her. She's also going to be on December 17th as well. So, we are getting 3 banners. Actually, wait a minute. December 17th. Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Deanna. Oh, she's going to get another. Okay, so they're doing another rerun of Deanna's. Not this Deanna that I'm talking about. Not the anti-dystopia Deanna. Her other Deanna. The other costume for her. So they're going to have 4 costumes, guys. 4 costume banners starting at the exact same day. However, their days ending are going to be different. So we're going to get Bunny Lowen, the limited one, the Celebrity Bunny Lowen limited pickup, Overheat Levia, the rerun, and also another limited time Nightmare Bunny Eclipse from last year's event. And also we are getting the rerun of Adventure of the Unknown Deanna, which is the one that, you know, is the badass supporter that we all know and love. So we're going to get 4 banners on December 17th. So in 5 days, guys, 5 days gives you time to save up, okay? Gives you a lot of time to do it. And if you haven't already, do it now, okay? Because if you want them, they're going to be there. So yes, there's 4 banners that are going to be released on December 17th. And yes, guys, I am going to be pulling on stream on my Twitch channel and also on YouTube. Yes, I'm going to be going all out for them, okay? I said I was, and you know I always keep my word when I say this stuff. Okay? So let's see. So Celebrity Bunny Lowen's ends this January 16th. Nightmare Bunny Eclipse also ends the same day. Okay, so both limited, guys, both limited ones, besides Celia's, is going to end on January 16th, okay? Now, we're going to move on down to the rerun of Limited Masquerade Bunny Celia, the other one I was talking about. Hers is going to be lasting until January 23rd, so there you go. And also, if you want to go for her, you know, save up, okay? And yes, Cinnamon, I did see what you sent me, and I'll take a look at it afterwards, buddy. So let's see. On January 2nd, like I said, Wild Dog Lavencia, I already talked about that. You know the deal with her. If you want to go for her, save up now. Also, January 2nd, they are doing the B rank idol Helena. She is a very nice supporter / healer. If you want to go for her, save up for her because she is excellent to have on the team. And also, whenever I go and see most used costumes, because they have this little section in the game where you can go and click on, Helena is always up there. She is always up there where it says most used costumes for passing like the tower stages and things like that. Like she's always there. So you can clearly tell that she is a must to have. And yes, she is a must. She is. Okay? She is. Okay, so we got their exclusive gear pickup schedules. And yes, the one thing I really love how this game differs from a bunch of other like gacha games, in my opinion at least, is first off, it's not just how generous they are with their reward system. Believe me, I'm going to get to that because this blew me away in that live stream event that I stayed up for 3 hours and all night. Believe me, it was worth not going to bed. But yes, there is something I am going to tell you guys if you haven't heard it already or seen it. It was massive what happened, and I'm not just talking about the assets. Okay, exclusive gear, pickup schedule. We have Moonshadow. We have Sing in Harmony, White Pixie, Lost Magic, Tome of Liberation, Star, Collar Ornament, Terra, Concealer, Super Bia, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and Top Idol. So, obviously, the order it follows down here is the order it follows up here, in order. So, Nebris is Moonshadow. Sing in Harmony we have for Venica. White Pixie is for Anti-Dystopia Deanna. So yes, obviously, I don't got to go down the line. You can check this out already. And there it is. So, obviously, another thing I saved up for were the weapon exclusive gears. Okay, so, oh yeah, and they also follow the same lineup. Days when they're available too. It's the same thing. Okay? Save up. There you go. Fiend Hunter. Okay, so for the Fiend Hunter, guys, look how badass this looks. Wow. Wow, and wow. Yes, guys. I'm falling in love with this Fiend Hunter right now. Okay, so we say in the first week of the 2-part seasonal event, a rerun Fiend will appear. In the third week, a new Fiend will make its debut. Rerun Fiend Hunter Talos is Wind. Fiend from Goodbye Freedom, Shaded Heart. It does look badass, mind you. It does. Talos appears with the Wind attribute, so obviously fire is going to be its weakness. The higher chains you stack up on the Fiend, the more damage you can deal. And obviously Levia is the fire damage user that you want to use. Along with Loen. Loen is also the other fire damage costume as well. Daydream Bunny, I should say. For Morphia, however, is water type, so it's going to be weak against wind, so you don't want to use her. Unless you want to, go for it, but I would suggest using, obviously, fire against the wind type. You know, counter, you do so much more damage against. That's just how it is. And obviously, yes, it makes sense. But yeah, so get ready for this. Start saving up if you haven't already for, like, your fire crystals and whatnot. For the skill trees, leveling up your Levias, leveling up your Loens. Any other fire user you have too that you can use. Start saving up their crystals for their skill trees to get them going. So if you want to go for a higher, score on the field for the Fiend Hunter event, there you go. There it is. Okay. I really do like this look of it. Guys, one of my favorite colors is green. Okay. And this neon green really speaks to me. Okay, guys, so let's see here. So the new Fiend Hunter, modified human type B01, is a light type. Fiend from Goodbye Freedom. Overheat January 2nd. So, basically, and yes, I did just see that. I forgot to turn it off. You know what, guys? Ignore the Steam notifications. I forgot to turn that back off last night. I went to bed. Well, no, I didn't go to bed. I didn't go to bed last night, guys. I didn't go to bed. I was about to say it. Oh, man. Anyway, new Fiend Hunter, modified human type B01 light. So it is a light type. So obviously, Lavencia is your best choice for this. Let's see, the modified human. And also, any type of dark elemental is what you want to go for. So if you want to go for, like, with Eclipse, run your team with Eclipse, Celia, whoever you got. Dark elemental, if you want to start saving up for them crystals, like I said, for their skill trees, there it is. I worked on my dark elemental, so I'm good. I am good for this boss. However, I am gonna have to start saving for this. But let's go more into it here. I love the design. This looks like a person too. Actually, is this a Oh, I know who that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, it'll make sense to you when I show you the PV video. Okay, when I show you the PV, you'll understand who this is. I know exactly who this is. Okay. The modified human type B01 is a light attribute fiend. It has relatively similar patterns, but it features a skill that deals significant damage during battle. So, there it is. There are the 2 fiend bosses. Save up. Crystals, whatnot. Level up your skill tree. You got this. Good luck to you all with it. And, we'll see what happens, right? Okay, so now this was the mini game called Pandora Escape. This was one of the little preview, you know, that they showed in the live stream, which I was super excited about. And not just the new lineup of characters, okay? So this is the mini game. They're going to start adding mini games apparently to the game to make it more exciting, more, you know, not just a one and done type thing with your dailies, or if you don't have any like main missions to focus on, or, you know, event missions, then you got the mini games. So they did talk about this. I was really hyped. Like I said, I'm super hyped for this. I saw the gameplay, guys. It was insane. It was like all over the field. I kid you not. You had all these enemies rushing in. You know, basically it's like the Vampire Hunter survival game. Except this one goes really hard. It goes in intensely from what I saw of it, okay? It was so much going on the screen. It was crazy. It was like Vampire Hunter survival on like steroids. I kid you not. It was crazy from what I saw of it. So here, obviously, we see this. We have the abilities, the skills that you use for it. Obviously, you collect the materials or whatever they drop for leveling up everything, obtaining new skills, things like that. Keeps your kill count up here. I'm assuming 28 is actually the level of where they went to, obviously. But yes, there you go. There you guys go. So let's see. The future direction I mentioned earlier was about creating content that would be fun despite not being mandatory. So yes, you don't have to do this. However, it is something that I believe is going to be very popular for upcoming updates as well. So I believe this minigame will be the first example of that. Let me introduce you to Pandora Escape. Pandora Escape is a survival action roguelike minigame. When you start the game, you'll engage in battle with swarming enemies. Each stage lasts about 5 to 10 minutes. And as the player, you clear the stages as you progress. You'll obtain skills and develop your character to challenge the final boss in battle. Within the stage, you can obtain currency exclusive to Pandora Escape. You can use this currency to upgrade your character's stats to face even stronger enemies. After getting to the 3rd week, a character with a different playstyle Luvencia will be added, and the challenge mode will be activated. In the challenge mode, you can compete with other players' records by defeating as many monsters as possible. The in-game currency is not provided as a gameplay reward. However, you can obtain My Room furniture by clearing certain stages, which I'll get into as well. So yes, this is a fun little, and like I said, and like they said too, it's not mandatory. It's basically like a fun side arcade thing if you want to do. Much like how Nikkei has their arcade, this is basically what this is. The same thing, same concept. And I'm very much looking forward to this because, like, you know, when you're done with everything, like if you do a main story, you know, or a main event and you want to kind of relax, chill out, and you want to just do some mindless, you know, gameplay of a mini game, you know, this is it. This is what you would do. And I'm very excited to see what they have more in store for when it comes to mini games. And this has always been a fun type of like game that I've always enjoyed. You know, that entire Vampire Hunter survival type feel to it is actually what I really love about, you know, the way they did this. I love it personally. But let's now get back into the new content. Gluppy Diner. Okay, so Gluppy Diner. Okay, so the thing with this one, I talked about this before too, was so I'm not sure if a lot of people were gonna have like, how should I say, not a huge issue with it, but like, I mean, you know what? Let me just get into it, because I'll tell, because I already said my piece on it before. with like the new relationship thing they have going on. I feel that they presented it actually in a very nice way, where it still focuses on the characters themselves, and it doesn't take away from that. And that's what I loved about it. So all in all, I really love. Yes, I do love the relationship thing that they got going on with it, and I also do enjoy that it is separate. It is separate from the main story of the entire Brown Dust 2 storyline there. So that's why I am very much looking forward to this, because it doesn't interfere with it. It doesn't interfere with it, and that's what I wanted. If anything, I didn't want like an MC to be incorporated into the main. Like, I didn't want that to happen, to be honest. I really just appreciate the fact that you have all the characters, they have their own personalities. There's no there is no main character in the game, like how Snowbreak is, or Nikkei is with the commander. Like, what they do with it here is it's very like new to me. At least it's a very new feel to it, because it doesn't focus on a main character and their journey. It focuses on a group of them, because obviously this is a group, fighting evil. You know what I mean? Fighting against the warlocks, and that's basically what it focuses on, their journey as a group, not as an individual. And that's why I love the fact that they kept it separate. But let me go into it here. So Gluppy Diner. Next, and also love her design. They actually did show her too. And wow, she is a beauty. A very, very stunning beauty. Let's just start off with that. Okay. Next, let me walk you through the Gluppy Diner, a restaurant management feature where you can interact with characters. It'll be added as a new pack containing various features. So let me give you details one by one. Gluppy Diner restaurant part. And yes, I was blown away when they showed this on the live stream. And yes, we clearly see Lathel. I think that looks like, is that Allstein? I think that is. Oh yeah, that is Allstein. And then this is Rue right over here. And yes, we see like the waitresses. I'm assuming that's actually one of the waitresses right there. I don't know who this is. She has very long hair though. Oh yeah, I think that's Gray there. I think that's Gray sitting there. But actually, wait a minute. She looks a little bit of like Luvencia, doesn't she? Now that I get a better look at her, she actually does. Oh, could this be the new Luvencia? Maybe it is. I see Nebris is somewhere here, so where's Nebris at? But anyway, guys, so this is how they have going. It was actually, there were so many NPCs on this map, mind you, and I really liked it because it gave that overall, like, it was busy, gave you the feel that it was a very, very busy, restaurant, because that's what it basically is. That's what it's, a diner, right? It gave that feel that it wasn't just a couple NPCs here and there. It was like rush hour in there, like sitting down, eating, getting out. Like, that's how it was. And I really love the fact that it looks lively. It looks very fun. And I really, really appreciated that, So let's go look into it. So first, we have the restaurant. When you first enter the restaurant, you'll notice that many facilities are locked, giving it an empty feel. You must use the initially provided currency to open the locked facilities in the restaurant and assign part-time characters. By making the restaurant grow that way, you can level up and enjoy the benefit of increased settlement rewards from running the restaurant. Settlement rewards can accumulate for up to 24 hours. Based on the predetermined reward production rate according to the restaurant's level, you can receive rewards proportional to the amount of idle time. We accept players to take around 100 days to reach the final level. Okay, I can see that's reasonable. So, like, a little over 3 months. After fully developing all elements in the restaurant, you can no longer make your restaurant grow. However, you can continue to receive gold and refining powder as settlement rewards. And obviously, we all know how precious refining powder and gold is. The restaurant follows a linear growth structure, and does not include any additional decorative elements. Aspects related to decoration are planned to be reviewed in the future. In this Gluppy Diner session, we hope you enjoy playing with a focus on the fun of steadily daily growth. And yes, I am very impressed with this overall. And it looks another really fun feature as well. I am very much looking forward to this as well with it. The second feature is the visit of special guests. And there are 2 types of special guests, regular and faded. Also, some of the costumes you own will come to the restaurant. So obviously we did see that in the little art that they had. Upon the visit of a regular guest, you'll receive a magic crystal item that matches the property of the costume as a visit reward. If you receive visit rewards from the same costume as a set number of times, you can fill out the regular note and obtain diamonds. That is a lovely thing. That is a lovely, just very, very lovely feature, okay? I love diamonds. Just like Shkara loves her monostones. Okay, nevertheless, you shouldn't forget the fated guests, as they are even more important. Fated guests visit the restaurant with various stories, and touching them triggers a dialogue event. And yes, this is actually what I was talking about a little earlier. The dialogue event is conducted in a visual novel style with illustrated conversations. Yes, I love that. As the master of the restaurant, the player engages in first-person dialogue with characters visiting as fated fated guest. Once the dialogue event is completed, you can obtain contact information. So basically, you get their number. Basically, you hit them up for their number, which is right here. And this is the glue talk. After obtaining their contact, you can interact with those characters through a messenger called glue talk and continue the conversation. Here it is. Now, this is actually, like I said, what I was talking about before. And yeah, this was the screenshot they used for her. And damn, what an angle. What an angle it was. Okay, so yeah, here it is. Now, I don't know how to read this, but if any of you guys know how to, you get the idea what they're talking about. I can clearly just guess what the conversation's about. But yeah, you see the little heart here. So yeah, this is like that affection meter type thing that they talked about doing. And this is something else like I talked about earlier. I don't got to go into it again. But yeah, I was really impressed that they kept it separate overall from the main story. Obviously, I want to know who she is. I need to know who she is right now. The story of Gluffy Diner is presented from a first-person perspective, which was a new challenge for the story team as well. A lot of thought and effort went into implementing the natural first-person perspective, which is obviously, you know, the why do I keep doing that? Which is obviously the you know, the MC that, you know, people did talk about as well, where they wanted that incorporated. A lot of thought, yeah, okay, so to achieve this, we utilized the parallel world concept of Brown Dust 2. Within the Gluppy Diner Pack, players are set to identify themselves as the master. Meanwhile, the existing main story maintains a third-person observer perspective. We don't plan to introduce the costumes of characters appearing in the main story as fated guests. The characters appearing as fated guests will feature costumes with a parallel world concept. So basically, you're not going to see any, like, you're not going to see Sylvia's or Rubia, you know, their first costume. Obviously, that's what they're talking about. You're not going to see Lathel. You're not going to see Eustia. You know, that's overall what they're saying is that. So just the parallel worlds of the other characters. So that's what they're saying, more or less. So initially, you'll get Nebris, the new employee who appeared in Character Pack 7. After her, the Morphia and Loen Bunny Girl series will be updated sequentially. See if I'm saying that word correctly. So basically, they're going to add the Bunny Girls and then Luvencia and Levia later on to the diner lineup with the characters. That's what they're saying basically. So we wanted to add many characters at once, but it wasn't easy to prepare high-quality stories for them. So we decided to focus a bit more on quality rather than quantity for now, which I think is a good idea. There are a lot of characters, and that is a lot of work to go into. And mind you guys, you got to think about it this way. The dev team and everybody, you know, working there put a lot of effort into this, okay? So, you know, if you run into some, you know, things here and there, you know, don't overly criticize them. They put a lot of hard work into this. Not to mention they worked on the merchandise as well. Believe me, a lot of this is something they wanted to deliver to the fans, to the community, and I honestly feel they really nailed it, especially, you know, with all these new updates that are coming out right now. So yeah, I appreciate what they've done. I really do. And it stands out more so than a lot of other gacha games out there, and it really does. I gotta say that in all honesty. It doesn't mean that I don't like, you know, the other ones I stream and play, but however, this is a little different, a little bit more unique, and also it is very free to play as well, and you don't have to spend to get really anywhere. in this, unless you choose to be like one of those people that want to go high rank in the PvPs. That's totally up to you. But other than that, this is a very chill, very chill, very, relaxing game. It's not like hardcore heavy type grinding, because like in the beginning it can get a bit, it is a little overwhelming. However, the tutorials do help you. In my opinion, they actually do help you. Not to mention, you can always look it up and see what to go for and whatnot. Now, my friend, he helped me out with starting in this, because I was like really overwhelmed with it, especially when I came back, because like I even talked about it, and I'm not gonna go into that, but like that's what I'm saying. So I understand that, yes, they're going to focus on the quality and not the quantity, and that does make sense. There are a lot of costumes. So yeah, I do see where they're coming from that, and they want it to be, top quality for players to see. They don't want a sloppy job. I understand that, so I'll give them this. Like, for real, like I really do appreciate what they've done. Okay, so it seems that implementing, yeah, okay, so I read that. Nevertheless, we plan to consistently present them one by one while maintaining our high quality standards. It's quite unfortunate we had to drop out voiceovers due to schedule constraints. We plan to add them one by one in the future, so please stay tuned for a bit longer. So yeah, that is understandable. Okay, so this was also something that they did show. And this actually is a special interaction. This was an example that was shown, and believe me, it blew me away. Let's just say that it did blow me away with what they did. Well, actually, the dev that did this, in fact. The next feature I'd like to tell you is the special interaction. Using Glue Talk, as mentioned above, you can open a meeting event with a faded guest after obtaining their contact. The meeting event can be conducted up to 3 times a day, and the used count is replenished daily, which is a nice thing. Participating in the meeting event increases affinity by 1 and allows you to obtain certain rewards. Affinity can be increased up to a maximum of 10. So 10 is the capped out level you want to get to. The first meeting event at the restaurant is not deducted from your event count, allowing you to increase affinity to 10 within 3 days. Okay. So your first meeting, okay, so basically it's like an extra turn, right? So basically instead of 3 times a day, it would be 4 times a day, right? Is that what they're saying? Oh, no. It's just your first meeting. Okay, so first meeting them doesn't count. Okay, I understand what they're saying. Okay, so these are basically new interaction scenes. The live 2D wallpaper, guys, from the main home screen. So they're going to incorporate these special interactions from, the Gluppy Diner, where you can choose from. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying. Oh, yeah, here it is. So this was actually something they did show. Now, guys, like I said, I got to be careful. When I show a little bit of what they showed, I got to be a little bit careful with it, okay? So what they did here was this. So, yeah, okay, so when you increase affinity to 10, you obtain a special interaction that can be registered on the home screen. This is likely to be the update that many of you will enjoy the most, and believe me, guys, you guys are gonna enjoy it from what they showed. Okay, and there's, yeah, okay, so guys, yeah, these were the other let's just say art that they had as well. But yeah, so just to give you a little visual of what they were doing here, use your imagination, guys. So what the dev was doing was you can actually interact with the scene itself, right? Obviously, special interaction says it all. However, what I'm saying is, like, it goes a bit spicier. I kid you not. It's very spicy, okay? It's a very, 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 woo! A little example, we can see Nibra's clearly. We can see her bra, right? I'll leave it to your imagination because, yes, you can do something with the blouse. Think about it. Use your imagination, okay? Other thing, too, the stockings that she has, you can pull them down. They did show that in the live stream, so everything I'm talking about right now was shown in live stream. So there's nothing really spoiled beyond that, really, because obviously they're not going to show everything. But yeah, you have to get them to affinity level 10, however, to do this. So keep that in mind, okay? You got to work for it. Okay? You got to work for it. It's not going to be something that right off the bat it happens. No. You got to work for it. If you want it, there it is. There's what they were talking about with these interactions. And yes, we are clearly going to get more in the future, so you just got to be patient with them. But yeah, so this was a very, 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 like, wow moment in the stream, in the live stream. Like, another one of them, I should say. And yes, I am very much looking forward to this. Okay, so on December 17th, Nebris will appear as a fated guest. Moreover, on January 2nd, Morphia and Lowen will appear as fated guests. So I'm assuming they are going to be getting their interaction scenes as well. And damn, do they look good. Okay, one of the costumes you own will randomly appear as a fated guest. However, the costume won't appear if you obtained its contact. Therefore, if 3 fated guests have been updated, you can obtain the contact for all fated guests over 3 days. Okay. I just did it again. Wow, spiciness. Am I right, guys? Am I right or am I right? It's enough said. It's enough said right there. Okay, so let's go back to this. One of the costumes you own will randomly appear as a fated guest. So, okay, I understand that. However, the costume won't appear if you obtained its contact. Okay. So, are they saying that if I obtain the contact basically from up here, is that what they're talking about? I'm assuming that's actually what they're talking about. It's the only thing with contact that I've been reading here. Guys, mind you, there was a lot going on in that stream that they had. So, I might miss things here and there that I have to go back and check like this. Believe me, it was hyped in that chat. And in the stream. Okay. Okay, so basically, if you own one of their contacts, you're not going to see them, basically, I believe, walking around. So basically, I'm assuming you're not going to see them walking around, like, here. I'm assuming that's what that means. If you have their contact information, or their contact info. Right? Okay, I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe my brain is too small to understand. However, I do understand what they're saying with this. I do understand what they're saying with this. Here. I do understand this. So are they referring to, like, it won't appear... See, when they say the costume won't appear if you obtain its contact, from what I'm understanding is you won't see them walking around the restaurant. That's what I'm saying. Because a costume is an outfit. That's what they mean by that. And one of the costumes you own, which is basically whichever one I own that's from the parallel worlds, they'll be walking around as a fated guest. Right? That's what they're saying. But if you obtain their contact, they won't. Okay. Yeah, that's what that does mean. That's what that does mean. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm assuming you got to be careful with who you pick. So pick the ones you want out with contact information and go from there. So I think you have to choose, like, basically choose carefully with it. Because I think you can't just choose, like, multiple ones. Like, you can't go crazy, right? You can't be picking up all their numbers, all their deets, all their deets, right? You can't be doing that. Okay, I think I understand what they're saying here. So, guys, I'm assuming that's what they mean. So you got to be careful with who you pick and choose to unlock. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm doing Morphia. That's a given. I'm doing Lowen. That's a given. I want to do Nebris. I don't have her, though, so that's the thing. I don't have her, so she's obviously not going to be walking around the restaurant, sadly. Unless I roll her in these free draws that they still got going on until December 26th, I can get her. So there's still hope for that. But as for the two, I'm doing Morphia and Lowen. They're definitely, it's a must. Let me see here. Japanese voiceover updates. So this was another thing they talked about. So all of these are getting voiceovers. So, guys, this is something that's big. It's major. Because now I'm actually on Beauty Impossible right now. So they don't have voiceovers, correct? However, I'm gonna wait until after the update, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna stream this just so we can have the voiceover in it, because I actually did leave off on Beauty Impossible. I did not do any of these ones yet, so I am looking forward to them. Oh, look at that, the idols. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. So to start off with them for my stream, I'll be doing this one right here. So I'll wait for this to release. So the full Japanese voiceovers for character packs 1 through 5 will finally be updated. We can now say that all packs are fully dubbed in Japanese and Korean. We sincerely apologize to the players who enjoy the game with Japanese voiceovers for the delay. No problem with that. I get it. You know, you want quality, you gotta put the effort in. It always makes a difference in the end. Okay, so let's see here. So partial modifications to existing story. With the Gluppy Diner update. Oh, my neck. Give me a moment. Just fucking pulled something here. Okay. With the Gluppy Diner update, a first-person romance story has been added, leading to modifications to some parts of the existing story. Okay, then. So, obviously, we know this. Some players mentioned that certain couple pairing settings or scenes where a specific female character show excessive interest in another male character in some plot hindered their immersion. So, I understand. So, basically, the last chapter I did for stream and on my YouTube channel was chapter 8. Had Leatrice very interested in Gray. So, I'm assuming players don't want to see something like Leatrice falling out of love with Gray. They want to keep that because that is in the main story, right? Oh, wait a minute. So, yeah. Okay, so basically Leatrice and Gray. So, players don't like then how... I'm assuming that's what that means in my mind. So, basically, Leatrice fawning over Gray in the story is something that a lot of players don't like. So they don't want to see a lot of romance then in the main story, I'm assuming. Okay, so yeah, this was actually something they did talk. I'm remembering this part now. Like I said, guys, there was a lot in that stream and a lot to, you know, and plus I didn't get any rest. Okay, so in this update, modifications will be made to the part in the Mirror Wars involving the reunion between, yeah, Eustia and Gray. I remember this one from the Mirror War. It was like this mini mission you had to do before fully getting into, you know, the Mirror War PvP area. So I understand what they're saying now with this. Okay, so a lot that was talked about, and even in the live stream too, was like the romances between characters in the game, and how you have basically half and half saying like they liked it, and then the other half saying they didn't really like how, you know, I'm assuming everybody's different though when choosing their favorite female character, loving another male in the game. It's everyone's personal preferences, guys, of how they feel about it. I'm not going to talk too much about it. However, like my opinion is this. This is how I stand on it. I would say, okay, like I said, this is my opinion, okay? My opinion, okay? I'm not saying this is truth. I'm saying this is my opinion, okay? Because I know how diehard fans can be about this type of stuff, okay? And it's okay. It's okay to be. Except just do it in a very respectful way to get your point across, okay? But my opinion on this is this. I feel that the relationships in the main story, you know, should be in the main story, correct? Parallel worlds that have even a hint of romance or a hint of a crush, they're fine. Like, because the thing is, they're not part of the main story, right? It's the same thing. It's like the same thing I talked about earlier with the Gluppy Diner. I was really happy that they never incorporated a main MC to the story lineup of the main story. That it focused strictly on the group and their, you know, their adventure together. And it didn't go too much into, like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't focus, like, basically how Snowbreak focuses on the adjutant, with his romance and like Nikke and the commander. Like, I like the fact, and actually I love the fact that for this they steered away from that and made it its own entirely separate thing. That's what I mean by that. Hey, welcome in, Brown Penguin. How you doing? You don't mind when there's romance? Yeah, see, I don't mind the romance myself. I just, for me wise, I really love how they were going with the main story. Like, for me, I love that dynamic. I love how, you know, like, for example, like Leatrice and Gray in chapter 8, you know? Like, I didn't mind that. I thought it was cute. I thought that was cute that Leatrice had a thing for Gray. I thought it was funny at times, too. She's very yandere. You know, she is very yandere. I thought it was a nice touch to it. I didn't think anything of it other than that. For me, personally, I didn't see it deviate from anything with immersion. Because, you know, they have to have, like, little fun things here and there with it. I understand that. So I wasn't, you know, I didn't. That's just me, though, guys. That's just my opinion. So that's why I said, like, when they separated this entire romance thing from the main story, where you can do that affection thing now with, you know, with the contact, I thought that was a really nice thing they did. And I'm glad that they never incorporated the like an MC into the main story. You know what I mean? Because like that live stream, I did read a lot of comments saying things like that, how they wanted it. And then you had like other people saying no. And so, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's always going to be a tug and war with that, guys. There's always going to be a tug and war. Yeah, exactly, Brown Penguin. You're right. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like, you know, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. As long as it's not part of the main story, my opinion, like, you know, it's my opinion, like I said, I feel it's perfectly okay to have romances in, like, the parallel worlds, whatever you want to do with it. Just don't, like, incorporate in the main story, because then I feel then it'll take a lot of that immersion away from it. And I love how the main story is going right now. I am enjoying it a ton. Believe me. It's hard to put it down. Like, whenever I stream a chapter, it's hard for me not to go further with it and wait another day. It is very difficult for me. That's how much I've been enjoying the main story of it. Okay? I've been enjoying it a ton. Okay, so let's see. They also plan to revise the scene where Shkara and Elise make advances toward Agent Aaron in time for the release of Summer Night. Yeah, see, this was another thing they did too. See, that's the thing. I really didn't see that being a big deal. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you guys think? You guys think it took away from the immersion in that? I didn't. I thought it was... I think it's funny. Actually, what I find... I think it's funny that Shkar and Elise are always coming on to the guys in, like, these events. And they never have their feelings, like, reciprocated. I think it's always funny. Like, I find it funny, right? It's funny to me, you know? Because they're always getting shot down. Another example, Dalvi was coming on to Ulstein in that, in the, what's it called? In that one event where they, what was that event called? You know what event I'm talking about, right? Where, Dalvi, she was, like, saying something about how do you like fox girls and everything, and then Ulstein was saying he likes cat girls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was funny, you know? Because we all know how beautiful Dalvi is and how, yeah, she has those feminine charms. And, like, Ulstein just completely shot her down. I was like... And I found that funny because it was like, damn, really? You're turning Dalvi down? You just want a Summer wiggle? That would actually be fun. That would actually be fun to see Summer wiggle. I would see that as a unique thing. I could see that. I could see like the gang going to the beach. You know, the parallel world guys, mind you. The parallel, you know, worlds of the characters like Lathel, Eustia, Shkara, Gray, and then Wiggle going to the beach. I can totally see that. That's something I can see. Obviously, that would be fun to see. And welcome in, Shade. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so basically that's what more or less of what they're talking about. So you don't gotta go too much into that. That's more or less what they're saying is what they're. But unfortunately, they're gonna like take some of this out. So basically, you're not gonna see most likely that type of comedic, you know, love in the stories. Sadly, I think that's what's gonna happen. It breaks my heart to see that because it was funny to watch and read. I felt like it was like a little skit, you know what I mean? I thought it was funny. I thought it was also, you know, cute too. But we'll see what happens with it. That's all we gotta do then. Okay, so let's see here. Existing character balance adjustments and increase in HP ratio skills cap. A total of 12 5-star costumes will be buffed to fulfill their originally intended roles. Oh, they're buffing costumes. Really? The exact... I didn't actually hear about this one in the live stream. I might have missed it because I had to do something later. The existing roles will remain unchanged and the skill effect won't be altered. The balance of costumes released a long time ago may require performance-related adjustments. We'll continue to monitor and pay attention to this matter. So moreover, the HP cap applied to HP ratio skills will increase from 20,000 to 30,000. It's the fourth time I did that. The buffed costumes and the content of their enhancements are as follows. Anastasia, Gentle Maid, increase in critical damage buff stats, okay. Anastasia's Fire Graffiti, increase in critical damage buff stats, cooldown reduction. Elise, Lovely Lady, increase in damage. Elise Codename 0, increase in damage. Angelica, Neon Savior, DOT damage can stack, increase in HP ratio count. Oh shit, really? Angelica. Okay. What the hell? So, mind you guys, Angelica used to be a very, very heavy hitter until I believe Eustia dropped, the Sacred Eustia. See, I was going to go for Angelica originally when I came back to the game this year in the summer. Obviously, I didn't get her, but I wanted her. I love her style. I love the look of her. Not to mention her one other costume that looks like Saber. I kid you not, it reminds me of Saber so much from the Fate series. That's why I love it so much. And the sword design is incredible. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about it. Anyway, so they're actually gonna make... Okay, so I can definitely then see an Angelica then, Oh, yeah. If this is the case, this actually might bring Angelica back to, like... It's the 5th time I did that. This actually might bring back Angelica to, like... to the meta. If this is the case. Because, like, I heard a lot of stories about Angelica. Hey, thank you for the follow. Zoid? You mind call... Do I call you Zoid? Did I pronounce it correctly? Let me know if I did. I like to pronounce names correctly. So apologies if I didn't pronounce it correctly.
Well, howdy doodly do.
So let's see. Hey, thank you for the follow there, Brown Penguin. I do appreciate it as well. Much appreciated. So yeah, this actually might bring Angelica back from the bench for players. Because I heard a lot of things with Angelica coming back this year in the summer to the game, like I said. A lot of people said she was an incredible character, not to mention design. They loved her a lot. However, they had to put her on the bench because, like, you know, Sacred Eustia dropped and everything like that. And obviously we've had so many costumes come out since then. So I'm assuming this is going to give... a lot of Angelica lovers another shot with using her on teams then. Okay. Okay, Glacia, decrease in cooldown, increase in damage. Sears, Demon's Daughter, decrease in SP consumption. Nintana, Snow White, increase in conditional damage. Actually, I've never used her, so I don't really know too much about her. Ulstein, increase in hit counts for multi-hit attacks. Sage of Blue Clouds. And Leclis, Killer Doll. Okay. So, the one thing I'll say about this is this. I do love the fact that they're going to be buffing up costumes. So, despite how many costumes there are right now, they are going to buff a lot of them up from what it looks like. I'm very impressed with that, considering how much they've already done. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. You know? It's Zoid, written as spoken. Okay, so Zoid, welcome on in, buddy. Summer Wiggle with a water balloon bomb animation. Yeah, they already did their live stream. I stayed up all night for it. I did not sleep, guys. I stayed up for that stream because I was bent on it. I was hell-bent on staying up for it. And it was totally worth it because, guys, there's so much other news I want to say because I could not believe what they it was the wheel that they spin. Guys, get ready for it. Because you know what? I should just say it now. You know what? Let me just tell you now. They're going okay, so that wheel that they spin, they rolled for 4 guys. 4 5-star character selectors. I kid you not. 4 of them. 4 of them, guys. 4 of them are going to be delivered to everybody's mailbox. It was incredible when I saw that happen. Not to mention all the draw tickets. I think we got a total of 35 or 40 of them. I'm also going to put down the codes to enter for them at the end of this. But yes, guys, it was insane. 4 plus 5 selectors for your choosing. So yes, that is major. That is major. You can easily like either +4 or +5 any character you're choosing, if you want to go all out for it. So for me, likewise, I have +1 Mikaela, her business one. If I really wanted to, I could use those 4 selectors, and I could +5 her. Because I'm assuming that these +5 selectors are actually everything from here, from before costume-wise. Or just update-wise. So basically, every 5-star that we've had so far, excluding the limited that are going to come up, I'm assuming that's what they're gonna be. Those are the costumes that we're gonna be choosing from. So like I said, I have a +1 Mikaela. So like I could +5 her. That means once it's delivered to your mailboxes or delivered to my mailbox. So that's what was drawn. Like I kid you not, guys, it was insane. You should have seen the chat. You should have seen the live chat. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It went a lot crazier. Like over Eclipse's booty mouse pad merch that they had. It was crazy. It went and it was insane. Okay, guys, so let's see here. Skill. Oh yeah, so this was the skill cutscene modification plans. I talked about this a little earlier. They're changing. Oh yeah, Elenir. She was the other one. Elenir was the other one. So I'm not sure if anybody read the news a little like not too long ago actually. They posted it when Elenir's rerun banner came out. That a lot of people didn't like how her animation was. They were all hyped up for it, and they didn't like how it was introduced. They thought more could have been added, basically, and they didn't like how the doll was among the animated scene. I guess it took away from the character. So that was something else they did. Hey, welcome in, Bruce. How you doing, buddy? I'm going over the this massive update, guys, and not just the assets. But and I'm also going to be showing the PV, guys. If you want to stick around and see it, it blew me away. I kid you not. I have it open right now on my other monitor. I am going to show it. Okay, I am going to show it. It was insane. Oh my gosh. They did a phenomenal job on it. But getting back to this, though, yeah, so this is what I was saying. So they're going to change and adjust some of the body shapes, as well as getting rid of things and reworking animated styles in some of the cutscenes. So basically, Luvencia's first costume, they're going to be reworking it. In my opinion, guys, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure what they found wrong with it. Like, what the community felt wrong with her, with the animation was. I thought it was really well done, in fact. I loved it a lot. I didn't think they went too far with it. I thought it did it just right. Levia's was her body shape. It didn't match her character design. That's what I read. What was the issue with it? With like what a lot of the fans hadn't, they didn't like about it. So Levia's it was her second costume that was released. So in the animation, it's basically like where you're looking up at her, basically, kind of perspective of her animation. a lot of people said that her body shape didn't match with how she looked in, like, when you go to her character page. So that's what happened. That's why a lot of people didn't really like about it. They wanted her to match what she looked like in her character page, basically. So they're gonna rework that. Elenir was the same thing. They felt like the animation, especially the doll, they said that removing the doll was something they wanted to get rid of. Plus, they wanted something more with the background, because in the background, if you look at Elenir's, it was like how should I say? It was a very violet, um, just background. It was really nothing to it, and I guess I could see why, players said that they wanted to see a little bit more with it. I can understand that. With the background, however, with the doll actually, in my opinion, has a lot to do with her, right? I mean, it's there for a reason. Even if you go and talk to her at one of the pub areas, she mentions the doll and how she says that she cannot remove the doll. The doll, no matter what she did, whether she burned it, threw it in the ocean or whatever, like, she was giving all these examples to Justia, the doll would always come back to her and stay by her side. It would, like, be right there on her shoulder. So them removing the doll, to me, it's kind of taken away. It's taking the character, look and design away from her. That's how I feel about it, at least. That's my opinion about it. I didn't see anything wrong with the doll being there. Maybe the doll, I guess, could be a little bit smaller or not as, I guess, noticeable. But, like, I didn't see them removing the doll to be, a huge thing. But that's what they decided on. That's what people didn't like, I guess. But we'll see what happens with these, with the looks of these now. Okay, so let's see. Furthermore, Dancing Snowflake Yumi from Senran Kagura is also scheduled to be adjusted. So this was another thing that was actually described. And yes, guys, let me I'll show you those cutscenes later. But this was actually something I mentioned too. So Yumi, this actually surprised me. I had no idea people had an issue with it. I didn't even hear about this. So apparently Yumi's animation, who's from the Senran Kagura collab, it was her undergarments. So what they said was, we'll make changes to the area and details of her underwear, which many players have pointed out. The modifications for Yumi were somewhat demanding requests after the collaboration contract ended. Okay. However, thanks to the business department's candid explanation of our circumstances, the IP holder also accepted our request. Of course, we need to go through an additional review process, so it may take time. We appreciate your patience. So basically, like I mentioned earlier, so I guess a lot of people didn't like how Yumi's panties looked in the animated scene. If I show you what I mean by that, they felt, I guess they were like, what? I saw in one of the chats say granny panties or something like that. I was like, what? It didn't look remotely like that, but I mean, I guess the other people wasn't as lewd. I guess that's the best way I can put it, guys. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how to sugarcoat that. They wanted to see more. I understand that. I get it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. That's me, though. And you know how I am a person that appreciates culture. Okay, I do appreciate the culture aspect. But I didn't see anything wrong with it. But, hey, I mean, if we're going to get something a little bit more cultured, I don't have an issue with it. But, like I said, I didn't see an issue with it. And I had no idea that players didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't hear, but this was like the first time I heard about it in the live stream. So I was, I was a little bit like, huh? Okay, so we're going to go to the addition of existing characters cutscenes. So Lovely Lady Elise, Killer Doll Leslis, Great Witch Celia, and Codename Rafina. Okay, so, I know what, okay, so this is talking about, okay, so guys, listen. Some of the characters in this game, now, you know how they have these special animated scenes that basically what the majority of what I'm talking about is right now? So some of them actually don't have them, right? I noticed that Lathel has one costume, which is the one where he has really long white hair, where he goes all out, you know what I mean? In chapter 8 and 7. So he doesn't have an animated cutscene when he uses his ultimate skill, right? That's what they're talking about. So they're gonna start adding them, and I noticed Elise actually only had one of them. Her other costume actually didn't have it. Um, Same with Celia. Celia actually, both of her costumes. I don't. The only costume for Celia that has an animated scene is the limited edition one, which is the Masquerade Bunny one. The other two actually don't, and that's what they're referring to here too, as well. Um, so I am excited to see what they're gonna do. I enjoy playing with Celia a lot. I use her actually on my team. Um, oh, sorry about that. My throat was getting dry from all the talking. I had to drink some water there. But yeah, so Celia was actually someone I loved her design. Her first costume one, um, the one that has that little cutscene back to from Brown Dust, the first one. I actually love her design a lot, and as a character design for me wise, like what I find, I love the overall like black dark aesthetic to her. Was kind of like, I wouldn't say gothy, but it was like very like, because you can see the lace on her outfit too as well. I thought it was really well done, and I was actually kind of disappointed when they didn't have an animated scene for her when I unlocked her and when I was, using her in combat. It was kind of disappointing, but I am happy though that they are going to be doing more additional existing character cutscenes here with their animations. So that brings me joy in knowing that. And as I clearly see, this is Celia's other one. I don't use the other one that often, but I do notice this is actually the other one. This isn't the one that I'm referring to. And yes, guys, I am aware they have names to them, but like I said, it's been a long day. I haven't slept. I stayed up. But I am happy. Like I said, I am happy that they are adding more cutscenes to existing characters, and that makes me really happy. Like I said, guys, the devs in this, the devs of Brown Dust 2, they go in. They care about what they do a lot. They really do, and I'm really, 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 really like supportive about them and what they do and bring to the table here. Okay, I really am. Okay, so regarding character design, we'll get to see characters in more in depth. Oh yeah, so these are some of the questions that were asked in the live stream. So I'm not going to get too much into these. If you want to read it on their site, you can. What you guys think about it. Basically, the first question was basically asking, like, if there's going to be more diverse body types. Basically, they were asking, like, here's the example. I'm not even going to say it because, for me, I'm more into the mature look. More in the mature looks like Levia, Luvencia, Eclipse, Mikaela. I can go down the list. I'm more into more mature theme looks for this game, in my opinion. That's where I see it fit well. However, that's me. That's my opinion about it, guys. Hey, welcome in, Harps. How you doing? Harpy, you're about to see something incredible. Because I'm going to show the PV for the next update. But welcome on in. But yes, but that's my preferences, guys. Everybody has their own thing about it. But yeah, these were some of the questions asked in the live streams. So during this part, actually, I had to go and do something. I had to go and set something up for like health insurance. So I couldn't really get into this in the live stream. But these were questions that were asked with the audience, because they actually allowed audience members, and these were actually the questions from the live stream itself. These weren't like, questions that were, asked in like some survey or something. These were actually questions asked during the live stream by the community. There we go. So yeah. So what they said for this one is we recognize that body type is a significant factor in establishing characters' identity. We'll try to meet our players' expectations by ensuring characters of various age groups have their own unique charm. So, because like for me, I didn't really know how I would even answer that question, to be honest. I could see like maybe diversity, yes. But like I said, everyone has their own personal preferences to what they want. So, given in their eyes as devs, they have to, they'll work on it and deliver more, diversity to it. Because you got to understand, guys, they do a great job in appealing to the community. So, you know, we'll see. Obviously, I would like to have more, even more mature themed, but we'll see. Um, can you emphasize a more subtle appeal rather than an overly revealing one? Our team genuinely appreciates the charm of subtle appeals. However, we understand that the recent focus on visually prominent features might not resonate with everyone. We'll do our best to strike a fine balance by incorporating feedback from our players. So basically, this is asking, like, there are players in the community that they're not into the, they're not into the what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Fan service aspect of a lot of the character looks. So that was something that's what the question was referring to. Um, again, guys, this goes back to personal preferences. I can see maybe from a standing point of how other people might feel about it, and they might think that, yeah, the fan service might get in the way of, I guess, maybe the immersion or the character development that they see. I understand that, but you also got to understand this too. You have it's like both sides of a coin, like 50% and the other 50 or whatever. However you want to percentagize it. They're gonna want one or the other, and you cannot just go with one look. And I understand that. So I can see where this question might not have appealed to everybody in the chat. Because there was some things I glanced over at that, some of the chatters in the live stream were like really pissed with this question because they didn't want, subtle appearances. Because obviously, guys, as we all know, in the gaming industry, there's a huge fight over the, censorship and uncensorship of video game content and just entertainment in general. And like a lot of it, other than the people that were, just going for just the visual instead of the people that were going for both visual and story and lore. You know what I mean? But like, that's what I mean. So you got to appeal to both parties, and that does leave the devs in that, in that realm of like, okay, well, we cannot just appeal to one, one look, one, you know what I mean? So I can understand that, they're going to have to, obviously, like I said, from their standpoint, they want to have all players appreciate their work for what it is. But yeah, I did notice that in the chat, people were going crazy over that question. It was something I glanced on over, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, Harpy, exactly. Like, that's what I mean. So basically, like, what I found appealing about Mikaela was her office animation and her look about her. Yes, she was very, like, well dressed. Yes, she did have that, appeal for that appeal, that she did have that sex appeal. Like, let's be honest, not Morphia, Mikaela has that, sex appeal with her business attire. Same with Luvencia, same thing. However, it didn't show too much, and they weren't too, fan servicey with it. That's how I felt. That's how I personally felt about it, and I felt they did a great job. I felt it was really nice. It was well, concept design, everything was well received. I loved it. Now, obviously, when it comes to the swimsuits, yeah, you're gonna see more fan service with that type of look. It's, guys, you gotta understand. It's a summer event. Okay? It's a summer event. You gotta understand that, yes, they are going to cater to the people that want to see a little bit more reveal. Okay? Obviously, we got that with Terese. We got that with Mikaela. We got that with Eclipse. Okay? We also, got that from Morphia. So, yeah. So, when you guys got to think about it, okay? Like, summer is literally that one season, okay, that they're gonna go all out with. Okay, summer is like that one season that, yes, they're going to go all out with it, and they are going to appeal to a very high number of players. Believe me, it hit hard. Okay, Dalvi, another example, Venika's, Nebris's. Believe me, okay, when they swimsuit summer, you know already what it's gonna be like. Okay, you already know. However, with maybe the other seasons, I could see it, yes, being a little bit more toned down for other players. Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to get rid of the other ones, like, for other seasons. Believe me, I love culture just as much as the other person does as well, okay? I've never hid that fact. I've never hid that fact ever in any of my streams or anything I've said. But I also have to look at it too. Like, yeah, I mean, there are two sides of a coin. You got to look at it from other people's perspectives as well. So yeah. Anyway, enough talk about that. So let's see. Regarding maps, is there going to be additional content or various interactions utilizing existing maps? So let's see. So forced exploration felt tedious, so we passed on similar ideas afterwards. Okay. So basically, they want to add more to these map designs. So like one thing I found, for example, wise with the recent summer one that they had, and Harpy, I did read what you just said. She got those quadruple Fs. Harvey, did you see the merch in the live stream? I'm gonna show you what it was. It went hard, believe me. I gotta show you what they did for Eclipse. But yeah, guys, going back though to what I'm sorry, I'm talking to my friend Harps here. But anyway, so I did see that with some of these maps, they were a little small. Example wise, the summer one, I felt like they could have done more with it. Because the summer on the beach, I understand it's on the shore and everything like that. But I wanted it to be a little bit more in-depth with it. It was a beautiful design, mind you. It was very beautiful, in fact. However, I felt like it only focused on the shoreline, and that was really it. They never really, like, went outwards to, like, inland or something like that. Maybe to have, like, a little fancy cafe here and there or something like that with beachgoers or, you know, even a swimming pool on, you know what I mean? I could see where they're going with this, and yeah, it is a shame that some maps, they're really, like, insanely amazing. Like, you can see all the hard work they put into it. And yeah, I would like to see a little bit more added to these maps as well. And I think that's a great idea. I think that is a nice thing that they would do. So, yeah. I totally agree with this. Let me see. So, in all, guys, if you want to go check this out, I'm not going to get too much into this as much as I would love to. But, because this would be a very long video. However, I'll go into some of the things that, from what I'm seeing here. Let's see. So, backstories. So, backstories for main characters such as Lethal, Grey, Skada, and Eustia, and less prominent characters. So, okay, so basically what they're saying here is this. So, they want to see more backstory, I guess, with Lethal. Like, you know, when they say backstory, we all know what backstory is. So, like, little events, I guess, having them only incorporate into that event story. So, like, Lethal will have something, I guess, in Lugo Village where we see his journey of becoming a herbologist, right? Learning swordsmanship. I'm assuming that's what they mean by this. We'll see also how Gray lived his past life, what he did. Skada, same way, what she did at the, what's it called? At the academy, how she became very powerful, well known in the magic world. Eustia's journey, her knight, you know, how she became a knight and everything. Like, I understand where they're going with this. And I can see that, you know, actually being a great idea as well. Because backstory for a main character, guys, is everything. It's literally everything. In order to fall in love with a character. Hey, welcome in, Galaxy. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, as we all know, character development is one of the most important things to have, especially in a story like this. We all know that's true. Okay, so I can see that too. But other than that, guys, the rest of the news is on here. Believe me, this was a massive update. A very massive update. And like I said, not just the assets, but yes, it was a massive update. Guys, also check your mailboxes. They gave out 600 diamonds and 40 cooked rice for developer notes as a gift. Plus, I am going to be giving you guys the codes that were listed in the live stream as well. So, that's what I want to say. Without further ado, I want to show you guys the video, the PV video, the PV for what it's going to be the upcoming. So let me go bring it up, and you guys shall see. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see. Give me a moment to bring it up, by the way. I knew I had it open here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, guys, you all ready for this? Oh yeah. Let me pause the music really quick. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna show you the video. It was already, you know, shown, but here we go. This is the video for the upcoming update. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna shut up. I talked enough already. Here you guys go. Enjoy the video for the upcoming event. Let's get it. So, what'd you guys think? I like to hear your thoughts. I love to hear them because I was like shitting bricks when I saw it. I was like, yo, let's get this. Wow. Oh my gosh, Harpy, you said something exactly what a lot of people were saying. You know, I was blown away by this. I am so hyped for this to happen, guys. Now, like I said, I would love to show you some of the animated scenes from the from what the devs showed. Actually, you know what, guys? I'll show you them. I'll risk it for the biscuit, I guess. I'm gonna show you some of the animation. I'm not. It's just gonna be a glimpse, okay? It's gonna be a glimpse. You're not gonna see the entire thing. It's gonna be a little glimpse, and that's it. Because this is very spicy stuff, okay? Yeah, so like a lot of people thought about Cinderella from Nikkei, the Raptures. Like I saw a lot of that in the live chat. You know, people were saying like Cinderella, what's she doing in here? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Nikkei just had her Cinderella event, and in a lot of ways, I guess you can kind of see a little resemblance, but like you gotta understand this is its own thing, and that's how I intend to keep it with me. I love it a ton. I am looking forward to this so badly. Believe me, guys. Believe me. When this update drops, you're going to see me stream a ton of this. I'm going to go over everything in it. Okay? I'm going to go over everything in it when it is released. But yes, guys, there's a little taste for you. That was an incredible video about it, too, by the way. Yeah, I was blown away, guys. I was literally blown away by this. Well, Harpy, if you played the fireworks well, not the fireworks memory, but the Nightmare Winter event, this, and I explained this earlier, but I'll explain it to anybody coming on in. So this event takes place after what happened in the what happened after Nightmare Winter. So after this, that's what it takes place. It takes place after the events of Nightmare Winter with Morphia. And there's a brief explanation in the dev notes about what it is referring to. Morphia loses all her memories. She's in a different type of area. And obviously we see the cyberpunk feel to it and everything. So, yeah, I mean, that's what it takes. It takes place after this happened. Okay, guys? Remember that. This takes... The event that's coming up, the update is after this. Is after Nightmare Winter. Takes place afterwards. So, if you want to do the story in chronological order, so to say, do Nightmare Winter, then do Fireworks Memories that they have here still as well. And then wait for the update, and then obviously you'll be caught up, more or less. So that's what it was. No, Fireworks Memory event takes place. Okay, so chronological. This is the order. This is the order it goes in. It goes Nightmare Winter. And then it goes to this one, which is Fireworks Memories. That you fight that big-ass mech in the end, which is the Fiend boss, with currently. And then it goes into the upcoming story that we're going to see. Bunny, Morphia, and... Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Seiko, welcome on in. How you doing? Yeah, so that's the order of the events, guys. Nightmare Winter, Fireworks Memories... And then the following update that's about to happen with Bunny Girl Morphia, which is, the new update after all that's coming up. So, yes, this is what's going down. This is the order it goes in, okay? So, there you go. And also, I am going to... I'm going to show a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm going to show you a little bit of the animations. However, I'm not going to go too in depth with it because I don't know how TOS would handle it. Isn't it crazy? Because I'm uploading this on YouTube. It's like I'm worried about that. I'm worried, a little worried. Okay, but I'll show you guys. So give me a moment to bring it back up here. I'll give you a little show of what they're doing with it. So let me find it really quick for you guys. Because believe me, it was some spicy stuff. It was very, very spicy indeed. So I'm going to close the chat that they got going on with that. So let me see. Let me find it for you guys. Oh yeah, Harpy. I want to bring this to your attention too. And yes, it is Game of the Year quality. Believe me, it is. Am I uploading it later? Yeah, I'll be uploading it after my stream today. I'll be uploading both videos because I am going to be doing Chapter 9 today. It's going to be on a separate VOD. However, when I do go and video edit everything. But, so we also have the, here. You know what, guys? Let me show you. So this was one of the things that's I brought it up already, but this is one of them that they were talking about. Okay. So this is one of the interaction scenes. Okay, guys.
He wasn't listening. He wasn't listening to the questions.
Wake up, Origami. Wake up.
He's busy looking at the screens.
Mind you, guys, this man right here, he is incredible. He is the one that came up with these guys. Okay, mind you, this is the man right here. Man of the year right here, guys. Okay, what he did with the art and animations. Wow, okay. It's this guy right here. I'm not saying that the other devs didn't do a great job. I'm just saying with him, because he's in charge of the art and what goes into it and everything like that, the planning and stuff, with his dev team. He is the one that oversaw this, okay?
What did I create in game?
Okay, and the other two interactions will...
Here.
It's the camera mode on the bottom. Oh, look how detailed the vibrations are. Jitter from the thighs? And if you hold it off camera mode, and if you keep on touching the long boot section,
You can actually lower them.
and you can actually lower them. Oh, do you want it fully
does this-
lowered, or what do you want? How do you
Does
want
that
it?
actually come
How do you
off
want it? When do you want it? Oh,
Oh.
and you can go all the way bottom. Oh, more, and then you can take the boots off. Oh my God, the chat's going crazy.
Whoa, that can't be
Look.
real. Wait, is that like, is she wearing tights?
No, it's. I don't think it's tights. Oh, because she was wearing boots,
And
and after
up-
working so many hours, it can be a little moisturized.
So what he's saying is basically it's like her sweat. This is at nighttime, mind you guys. This is why it's really dark in the office. It's supposed to be that type of steamy, nighttime romance fling going on. So to say with it, that's what they're referring to and why, you see it look like this.
glaze, I guess.
That's why she looks a little glossy.
Ah.
Her legs. So, the fact that you can imagine, maybe it's been a while with the boots, and also look at the texture of her skin.
살짝 동영상인데 이게 지금 여기서 보시면 잘 안 보일 수 있는데 실제로 게임에서 보시면은
And if you see it in game, it might not be fully delivered through this monitor, but if you actually have this in your game, you can see it so much better with the detail.
Like you can even see the undertones of the skin.
And after the first, we'll call it stage. After taking the boots off, there's a second stage of the character.
Like
Like
that.
that. Oh! Woo!
So depending on which stage you are,
어디까지 가?
the more interactions you can do with Nebris. Oh, he just said that
So there's
there's
a next stage.
Next stage.
And
A little bit.
he's
a
going to
little more.
peek, sneak. He's going to give us a
Ooh,
peek out.
what?
That's. Are we sure this is dating?
I'm not
Are
sure
we sure
about that.
this is office dating, guys?
I'm not
This is
sure
stage
about that.
2.
He said stage 2, guys. Okay. He said stage 2. I don't know what that implies, but it's like the affection meter is 10 for the dating, right? I don't know if stage 2 means like affection 2. It could mean that. But you gotta think about it. If this is affection 2, what is affection 10? And what's affection 10 like? However, I did hear something where they... You know what? I'll let it play.
Wow.
저희 대만 쪽하고 일본 쪽하고
Guys, reminding you that affinity level 10 is required for this feature.
Okay, so he corrected me there. So this is affection 10. Okay, guys, it caps out at 10. I talked about this earlier. So because when he said stage 2, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Is this mean affection 2? Okay, guys, he clarified that even further because I got a little confused when he worded it that way. Okay, so yeah, you have to get this at affection 10. Now, mind you guys, this is just a little taste of it. There are going to be other characters from the parallel worlds that are going to be incorporated like this. Guys, they're right here. Look at them. We got Bunny Morphia. We got Levencia. So yes, we did see something for Lowen. We saw something for Morphia. However, that is a future planned thing that they got going for it. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you as well, yeah, Harps, they're adding a like dating type thing to it now. And yes, guys, anybody coming in and seeing this, they are adding a relationship, what they call contact. So basically, you hit them up in like the bar area that you own, and you're called the master of it. That's actually what it is. It's in the dev notes if you want to go and check it out. Little brief summary: you run this restaurant. You get the parallel world, only the parallel world, not the main characters, guys, not the main costumes. only the parallel world costumes, the ones you own. So if you own the parallel world ones, or like the other costumes of theirs, they are going to be basically showing up in your restaurant here and there, where you can basically hit on them. I don't know how else to say it. That's basically it. And then that's where, you know, you would work on their, you know, their affection meter.
Whoa.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Dude, one of the chapters said like she's Wynn's property, but she's fired up. Like, yeah,
Oh,
that's so
man.
true. Woo.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little warm in here now.
Okay, guys, before I get into this, it's going to be a quick glimpse, okay? It's going to be very quick. These are, now, if you want to go and check out the full video, it's up on their YouTube channel, okay? It's on their YouTube channel, and I know you guys did see where I saw there. Now, if you want to check out the entire thing, you can go there. The timestamp is 51 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay, guys. Now, this is going to be a little quick thing. I'm going to show you. I already saw this, so...
Oh. So Origami put extra hard work on this cutscene to make sure that, you know, since more people...
Okay, guys. You see it? There you go. Okay, you guys saw it, right? You guys saw it? It was a quick little glimpse. I didn't play through the entire thing. That's a little glimpse. It's a little taste of it. Like I said, if you want to go and you want to watch it, the full one, you're more than welcome to go on their YouTube channel. It's spicy, let me tell you. And then this is Levia's. Okay, this is Levia's now. Now, like I said, a quick little glimpse that they got here.
She is like a warrior.
Okay. Okay, so that was the entire thing, but it wasn't well, I mean, yeah, it was there. Okay, it was very quick though. It was very quick. You saw it? You saw it there? You got it? That is Levia's new animation she's got going on for her. Okay, guys. Now we're going to go to the last one, which is Lowen. Now get ready for this.
A little too
Give
big.
me one more eye right there.
Okay. You guys saw it? You guys saw it? You guys saw it all? There it is. There's a little taste of it. It's a little taste of it. What's about to happen. Okay, guys. So these are the new lineups that are coming up. Like I said, you got your tickets saved. You got your diamonds saved. Believe me, you're going to see me pulling for each one of them. Okay? And I'm going to have them on my home screen. And I guess by then, yeah, obviously that'll be teetering on like a lot of things, but there you guys go. There's a little glimpse of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Clap it up for Gami there. Origami. He's the one that oversaw all these animations, these fantastic cultured animations, mind you. Okay. Give it up for him. Much respect to all the devs in general out there as well. I want to include them too. Guys, you're rocking it. Top tier content. I'm loving it. All of us are loving it. Keep at it. Much appreciated. And I can't wait to stream it all for you guys. And also see what we got going on with the new features, okay? So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage that I did with it. I'm sure other people have done it too, but I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe. It does help me out a bunch. And if anything else new comes up, I'll do my best to deliver it. As for now, here guys on Twitch, I'm going to hop into chapter 9 from Brown Dust 2. As for YouTube, thank you all for coming out. And I'll see you all in the next video. Trust me on that. I'll be multi-streaming the update both actually on Twitch and on YouTube. Yes, guys, I'm taking the chance for you guys. I'm doing it. I'm doing it because top tier content deserves to be shown. You know what I'm saying? So, YouTube, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.